If you want to dive deep into this topic, I can recommend you 3 books that will teach you how to talk to people. Number 1 is the classic How to Win Friends and Influence People. Number 2 is How to Talk to Anyone. And number 3, a book that approaches communications in a more pickup or dating type of scenario, The Game by Neil Strauss. But if you want me to teach you everything in a more interesting way without having to read all of those books, then stick with me until the end. So in my life, there have been people who had this amazing skill of talking to people. They could literally talk to anyone at any time in any place. And what you can notice, or what I have noticed from talking to people or observing others, is that usually we're afraid to talk to other people because we're afraid they might judge us. And that is a very natural and human thing to do. Our self-worth might be tied to what others think or say about us. If you come off as shy or awkward, your chances of talking to good-looking girls might dip or take a downturn. If you're a charismatic seducer, you have a couple of tricks under your sleeve, then you know your way around words. So all in all, it all comes down to basics. Are you confident enough to talk to other people? Or are you shy with not enough experience and no confidence? So it all comes down to basics. I was watching this TV show recently. It's called Vikings, and there you have an interesting character, King Harold. He is a powerful man. He is not terrible looking. He is a great warrior, but he keeps saying one phrase over and over and over again. And that phrase is, he is not good with women. He sucks at talking to girls and he just doesn't know his way around women. So as a result, women lie to him. They don't like him even though he is such a great warrior and a king. His only wife, which he, by the way, kidnapped, dies during a war. So throughout the show, he keeps telling everyone that he is unlucky with women. As you can see, this is a fixed mindset that doesn't want to grow, doesn't want to evolve and explore new territories. A mindset that keeps you trapped. So if you have this fixed mindset that women are not for you, then women are not gonna be for you. As you can understand so far, number 1 step to talk to anyone, and especially to girls, is to stop those limiting beliefs. Keep saying you suck at it, and very soon you will. Keep saying you're terrible at memorizing names or terrible with numbers, and soon enough you will be. Look, I get it, it's not a big deal. Say you're bad with names and it's a pretty good excuse and you're all good. On the other hand though, the more self-limiting beliefs you have, the worse it is for you. I bet if King Harold or any other guy starts working on those self-limiting beliefs and starts eliminating those, starts building confidence, building experience, building skills, everything's gonna change. If you are rejected by girls or some social group doesn't accept you, don't go home thinking you're a loser or that nobody likes you. Think of ways you can improve. How can I go from bad to good? And most importantly, how can I fix my bullshit arguments that limit my beliefs and limit my potential and become a badass communicator? Step number 2 to talk to literally anyone is gonna be to realize that you are in the same boat. If you're asking this question, how can I talk to anyone? You're about to meet someone new, or you want to have this skill or communication skills, right? Before meeting some other people, before meeting someone new. In those moments, you feel like your heart's beating faster, you might even tremble and feel cold. So it's a natural response to stress and anxiety. It means you're about to leave your comfort zone and about to meet someone new, or maybe about to enter a new social group. So no matter how much you are stressed, keep in mind that they are also in a situation where they might not be accepted by you, by your friends, by your family. So it's something that everyone deals with. I understand there are outliers and exceptions. There are people who are just so badass, they don't care about no one and no one's opinions. But in general, if you remind yourself that other people might be stressed too, it's just easier for you to deal with those situations. You are in the same boat with them. Everyone is anxious and no one's gonna judge you. They're thinking about what you're gonna think about them, right? This is crazy. Like, we think people are thinking about us. If we do something stupid in public, if we trip, if we fall down, if we drop something by accident, if our phone breaks, they might say, hey, this guy is weird, he tripped or he fell down, and then they'll just go about their days. Think about their own thoughts and their own things to do. Number 3, now here's where we get practical. Curiosity over fear. The book that I recommended at the beginning, which is called How to Talk to Anyone, I was actually pretty skeptical to read that book because it just sounds very cliche and obvious. Like, how to talk to anyone? Well, just come up to them and talk. But of course, inside you can find interesting stuff, and one of those was to capture attention. It was also mentioned in a book, 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. The truth is, if people are distracted, they're all around the place. But if you use gimmicks and objects to capture attention, to stand out and give people something to talk about, you're gonna become the elephant in the room in a positive way. One of the things that you can do is, it might be even like a silly step. If you're going out, wear something funny, wear something that people would look at and say, ooh, what is that? Did you notice when you go out to the streets and you see someone dressed as a tiger or as a bear or as a panda, you're like, this is something unusual, right? If this thing, which is you, your persona, your body, and your presence, your energy, has nothing unusual and extraordinary to other people, then you're just another soldier in an army. Of course, it doesn't mean you have to be an attention seeker or desperate for attention all the time. But if you want to catch attention, use some type of objects or gimmicks to make yourself stand out. Next up is gonna be give genuine compliments. A person might not be interested in what you're about to say. They might not be interested in the same hobbies that interest you, but you bet they're gonna be interested about what you're gonna say about those people. If you say something about him or her, like, hey, you look nice, or you look like that, you look like this, and usually give out like genuine compliments, people are gonna be all ears listening to you. This is such a simple step that can win friends and people over to your side that it's almost like too obvious and too easy. Yet we all fail to do those things on a regular basis. When was the last time you gave out like a genuine compliment to somebody? So if you want to talk to people and you don't know what to do, during your conversation, give out genuine compliments and they're gonna like you. Next up is gonna be laugh at yourself. The thing about charismatic people is that they don't take themselves too seriously. Doesn't mean you just have to walk around, do nothing and be a lazy dude. It means you are kind of nonchalant in some ways. You know, it just gives out a vibe like, hey, everything is cool, I got this. So you know how to make a fun of yourself or laugh at yourself a bit and create like a lighthearted situation. Of course, doesn't mean you have to bully yourself or decrease your value among other people. Just say something funky and funny about yourself. It's always a good idea to target your harmless shortcomings instead of attacking other people when you're making jokes. This is not the best example, but you could say, I don't really know this thing because I'm a boomer, etc, etc. Or the way I would scream during that horror movie scene like a little girl. Like anything which is funky, chill, doesn't have degrading status to yourself, doesn't bully yourself, anything like that is fine. Laughing at yourself is an amazing way to release tension in a situation. If a conversation is getting too high pressure or high energy and there's a lot of tension in the room, throw in a joke or two and make the situation light and easy. Next up is gonna be to ask interesting questions. So there's a difference between asking, so you study biochemistry, and what's one thing or one reason that made you choose biochemistry? See, similar but kind of different. Asking those type of interesting questions creates more room for more topics to follow, more questions to follow, hence you become a better communicator. So any question that would lead other people to thinking, oh, I want to learn more, instead of, that's cool. And last but not least, last step, how you can become a better communicator and talk to literally anyone is gonna be mood matching. You could be in an elevator full of night shift construction workers, so you're all in the same elevator, and if you start talking about cool stuff like, hey, this is a productive morning, the weather is amazing, you know, I'm gonna get done a lot of stuff, those people are gonna literally hate you because they're after a full night of work, they're tired, they're probably hungry, all they're thinking about is go to bed and rest. And you're here talking about your productivity and weather and all the nice things that you're gonna do today. Get the hell out of here. Now, don't get me wrong, some of those people might be even smarter than you, they might be better looking or more intelligent than you, but the thing is they are tired. For example, you might be here, they are probably here. So what matters is who is in what type of mood. If a guy is pissed and tired, he will absolutely hate the guy who talks about positivity and patience. That's why when you say just calm down, it never works, and it just makes the other person more and more pissed. Mood matching is a simple method of lowering or raising your mood to match other people's mood. First, you need to be in someone's state of being, for example, a bad day, and then you slowly bring that person back to your state of being. I believe that by using those steps, you can literally talk to anyone and become a badass communicator. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up and subscribe to this channel. I'll see you in the next video.